If you're 65 or older and still driving, this is one update you cannot afford to ignore. A new DMV notice, tied to Challenge February 2026, is already raising serious questions for senior drivers across the country, and many people still have no idea how much it could affect their daily independence. These aren't rumors or online exaggerations. These are new driving rules that could change how often you renew your license, what tests you may be required to take, and even whether your license stays valid at all, if certain conditions aren't met. Here's the part that's catching seniors off guard. These rules don't arrive with loud warnings or personal phone calls. In many cases, the first sign is a letter in the mail, a renewal delay, or a sudden request for additional testing. Vision checks, medical reviews, shorter renewal periods, and stricter documentation requirements are all part of what's being discussed. And for seniors who rely on driving for groceries, doctor visits, church, or caring for family, that can feel overwhelming and even frightening. What makes this February 2026 update especially important is that it applies specifically to drivers aged 65 and over, and enforcement will depend on your state and how the Department of Motor Vehicles implements the rules. Some seniors may face new exams, others may need medical clearance, and some could lose driving privileges temporarily without realizing why. That's why this video matters. We're breaking down exactly what's changing, who is most affected, and what you can do right now to protect your license and your independence. And if you want more clear, honest updates like this that help seniors stay informed and prepared, please hit the like button. It truly helps this channel reach and protect more people just like you. Now let's go deeper, because what's coming in February 2026 is not just a routine update or a small administrative tweak. For millions of seniors, driving is not a luxury, it is freedom. It is the ability to live independently, get to medical appointments on time, buy groceries without asking for help, visit grandchildren, attend church, and simply live life on their own terms. That's why these new driving rules matter so much, and that's why confusion or misinformation around them can cause unnecessary fear. So take a deep breath, stay with me, and let's walk through this calmly, clearly, and honestly, step by step. For years, policymakers and traffic safety authorities have been debating how to balance two very important things: public road safety and the independence of older drivers. Statistics show that seniors are often safer drivers in many ways. They speed less, they drink and drive far less than younger drivers, and they are generally more cautious. But at the same time, age can bring natural changes in vision, reaction time, and health conditions that can affect driving ability. February 2026 is the point where many of those long discussions turn into real enforcement. What many seniors don't realize is that these changes didn't happen overnight. They've been building quietly for years, discussed in transportation committees, safety boards, and state-level policy meetings. The difference now is that the rules are no longer just proposals or pilot programs. They are becoming official procedures tied directly to license renewals, medical reporting, and on-road safety evaluations. One of the biggest shifts seniors will notice first is how license renewals are handled. For decades, many drivers renewed their license every 5, 6, or even 8 years with minimal hassle. For drivers over 65, that timeline is shrinking in many states. Starting in February 2026, more states are moving toward shorter renewal cycles for seniors. This doesn't automatically mean your license will be taken away. What it means is that the system wants more frequent check-ins to confirm that you are still safe and capable behind the wheel. These renewals may now include mandatory in-person visits where online or mail renewals were once allowed. Seniors who have been renewing from home may suddenly be asked to come in, stand in line, and complete additional steps. For some, that's just inconvenient. For others, especially those with mobility issues, it can be stressful. That's why preparation matters. Vision testing is another major focus of the February 2026 changes. Vision standards have always existed, but enforcement is becoming stricter and more consistent. Many seniors assume that if they can see well enough day to day, they'll pass any vision requirement. But DMV vision tests don't measure comfort. They measure minimum legal thresholds. Even small changes in eyesight can trigger a requirement for corrective lenses, additional documentation, or a follow-up exam with an eye specialist. This is where seniors often get caught off guard. A failed or borderline vision test doesn't always mean immediate license suspension, but it can delay renewal or place temporary restrictions on your license. For example, some drivers may be approved for daytime driving only or required to wear corrective lenses at all times while driving. These restrictions may feel frustrating, but they are designed to keep both you and others safe. Medical reporting is another area where February 2026 brings major changes. In many states, doctors are being given clearer guidelines on when and how to report certain medical conditions that could impair driving. This includes conditions like advanced vision loss, uncontrolled diabetes, seizure disorders, severe arthritis affecting mobility, and cognitive impairments. Now, this part understandably makes a lot of seniors nervous. There's a fear that going to the doctor or being honest about symptoms could automatically cost you your license. That fear keeps some people from seeking medical care, which is dangerous in itself. The reality is more nuanced. Medical reports don't usually trigger automatic revocation. They trigger a review. That review may result in additional testing, a temporary suspension pending evaluation, or in many cases, no change at all. What matters is documentation. Seniors who regularly see their doctor, follow treatment plans, and can demonstrate that their condition is managed are in a much stronger position than those who avoid medical visits or have gaps in their records. February 2026 places more weight on medical consistency, not just age alone. Another change that deserves attention is the increased use of behind-the-wheel evaluations for older drivers. These are not meant to be punishment. They are meant to assess real-world driving ability rather than relying solely on paperwork or written tests. Some seniors will be asked to complete a short road test during renewal, especially if there are concerns raised by vision tests, medical reports, or prior accidents. For many people, the idea of a road test after decades of driving feels insulting or frightening. But these evaluations are often simpler than the tests taken by new drivers. They focus on basic skills like lane control, awareness of traffic signs, safe turns, and reaction to common road situations. Seniors who drive regularly and follow traffic laws often pass without issue. Family involvement is another element that becomes more prominent in 2026. In some states, family members can submit concerns if they genuinely believe a senior driver may be unsafe. This is a sensitive topic and often misunderstood. These reports don't automatically remove a license. They trigger a review, and they are meant to be used carefully, not as a tool for control or punishment. Open communication within families becomes incredibly important here. Seniors who proactively discuss their driving, health, and renewal plans with trusted family members reduce the chance of surprise reports or misunderstandings. Transparency protects everyone involved. Technology also plays a role in these new rules. More vehicles now include driver assistance features like lane warnings, collision alerts, and adaptive cruise control. While these systems can enhance safety, they don't replace driver responsibility. In some cases, seniors may be encouraged or required to demonstrate familiarity with basic vehicle technology during evaluations. This doesn't mean you need to buy a new car. It means understanding the car you already drive. Knowing how to adjust mirrors, seats, and steering wheels properly can make a big difference in both safety and evaluation outcomes. Another issue seniors face is misinformation. Social media posts, alarming headlines, and misleading videos often exaggerate these changes, claiming that all seniors will lose their licenses or that driving after 65 will be banned. That is simply not true. There is no nationwide ban on senior driving. There is no rule that automatically removes licenses at a certain age. What February 2026 represents is a tightening of procedures, not an elimination of rights. Seniors who are prepared, informed, and proactive are far more likely to maintain their driving privileges without disruption. Let's talk about preparation, because this is where seniors regain control. Preparing doesn't mean panicking or assuming the worst. It means doing a few practical things now so February 2026 doesn't bring surprises. Regular eye exams, even if you think your vision is fine, help catch issues early. Keeping copies of medical records and treatment plans can make reviews smoother. Practicing common driving routes and staying familiar with traffic rules builds confidence. It also helps to understand how your state works with the Department of Motor Vehicles. While the overall direction is similar nationwide, the details vary. Some states emphasize vision testing more. Others focus on medical clearance or renewal frequency. Knowing your state's process reduces anxiety and gives you time to prepare. Transportation alternatives are another important topic, even for seniors who fully expect to keep driving. Having a backup plan doesn't mean giving up. It means protecting your independence. Knowing local transit options, community ride programs, or family schedules can reduce fear if temporary restrictions ever arise. Many seniors find that having options actually makes them more confident drivers because the pressure is reduced. Emotionally, these changes can feel personal. Driving is tied to identity, pride, and self-sufficiency. Being asked to prove capability can feel like an attack on dignity. Those feelings are valid, but it's important to remember that these rules apply broadly and are not judgments about your worth or intelligence. They are safety measures applied across populations. Many seniors who go through the new process come out feeling relieved rather than restricted. Passing a vision test, completing a renewal, or finishing a road evaluation can actually restore confidence. It confirms that you are still capable, still independent, and still trusted on the road. One thing that cannot be overstated is timing. Waiting until the last minute to renew or address concerns increases stress and risk. February 2026 is not the time to discover expired documentation or unresolved medical issues. Acting early gives you options. It gives you time to correct issues, appeal decisions if needed, and adapt without panic. There is also a financial aspect. License renewal fees, medical exams, vision tests, and transportation alternatives all cost money. Planning ahead allows seniors to budget rather than face unexpected expenses. Some states and communities offer reduced fees or assistance programs for seniors, but you have to know where to look. The broader message here is empowerment. Knowledge is power. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but clarity brings confidence. Seniors who understand what's changing, why it's changing, and how to respond are far less likely to feel blindsided. As February 2026 approaches, conversations around senior driving will increase. You'll hear stories from friends, neighbors, and family members. Some will be accurate, others will be exaggerated or incomplete. Always verify information through official notices and trusted sources. Don't rely on rumors or panic-driven posts. Driving safely as a senior is not about age. It's about awareness, preparation, and responsibility. Many seniors are among the safest drivers on the road precisely because they take driving seriously. These new rules recognize that safety matters at every age, not just for the young. If you're watching this and feeling uneasy, that's understandable. Change is uncomfortable, but discomfort doesn't mean danger. It means it's time to pay attention, ask questions, and take action calmly and confidently. And that's exactly why this channel exists. To break down complex updates like this in plain language, without fear-mongering, without confusion, and without talking down to you. If this information helped you feel more informed or more prepared, make sure you show your support. Tap the like button because it helps this message reach more seniors who deserve clarity, respect, and the confidence to keep living independently and safely.